Twan, thanks for joining us, brother, man. Here again for Real Talk on the Road campaign. We talking about how the campaign went, but also talking about each road stop. So Twan here put together our road stop in Dallas, Texas. Had a good group of guys come out, great conversation.
Yeah.
And we learned from each other and really bond over those couple days. So Twine, thank you for putting that road stop together and for showing up here and for continuing to be, a leader in our community as a black trans man. And
Absolutely.
so speaking of visibility and leadership and stuff like that, what does visibility mean for you as a black trans man? And maybe speak on a little bit of your journey or what that kind of, because I know you talked about it a little bit during the road stop of what that journey has been like to step into your visibility and to really own it, and then to also help other brothers as you going along and stepping into leadership roles. Talk a little bit about that journey.
Well, first and foremost, I stepped into it's very important for me to be visible because I realized how much visibility saves lives. I started off as stealth, which means, I didn't disclose my gender identity, just because of being fearful of different stereotypes that's placed on us and stigma that we may face. But when I realized that, when you become fearfully yourself and just, and being visible, it just really saves others and help other guys just live their authentic selves,
Yeah.
It's very impactful when you're visible.
Yeah. I know one of the things we talked about during the road stop was that what visibility meant, and how it sometimes can be helpful, and also it somewhat can be scary, and a safety issue for some of us.
Absolutely.
And so what challenges would you say that what is the biggest challenge in us as trans folks, trans men, black trans men particularly, and not being visible, and like how has that maybe hindered us especially in a sense of a context of our sexual health, our reproductive health, like us not being visible, how has that maybe hindered us?
Yeah, it's very it definitely can hinder us, especially when we're not visible, because when it's time to appear in these places, whether it be clinics and time for our to tackle our health, they wouldn't know what to or how to treat us if we're not visible in these spaces, and we have to we really have to teach the community and teach certain places how to handle us. So that's a part of being visible too. You know what I'm saying? And then that way, if they have someone like us that's visible, they'll know how to treat others that come their path. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's visibility is very impactful. Visibility is very important, especially in this society, because it's already hard to kind of embrace your true identity in the society that we're in.
Yeah, and I didn't do this when we first went in, but I just want to shout out to you because you got the platform that you use and stepping into your leadership, new founder and executive director for Trust the Process out there in Dallas, Texas. Also Talks with Twan. Please check it out. Goes out there and just talks about stigma, all kind of things, discrimination, stuff that transmasculine folks face, and then trying to break some of those barriers and stuff during those conversations that you be having. So shout out for that. And shout out that you will be doing the Black Trans Pride next year, 2024.
Yes,
in
sir.
Dallas, Texas. So make sure y'all go out there and support that. Game Changing Men will definitely be out there, but I want to put that out there and shift a tad bit. But we kind of already been talking about it around your leadership, and stepping into that. And like, what does it mean for you to really step into your leadership and to like be the mentor for guys and stuff like that, but also be like that visible piece for guys that cannot or feel like they don't have the space to speak up and be visible? How does it, and you created a space in Dallas, right, where a lot of guys that was in that space said they had never experienced that, right? And it's not that type of resources or spaces created specifically for us. And so, what was it like to create that and to continue to create um, resources and to continue to be a leader for us?
Well, and I really appreciate it. First and foremost, I want to say that I've studied and researched and followed some of the people that was before me. Whether it be Carter Brown, Sean Coleman, and those type of people. And even yourself. I sit back and I know what we're lacking as a community, you know what I'm saying, and what we all try to do and to help build that community, And so, me being here I'm also a trans intervention specialist at Abounding Prosperity. And I noticed that, in this clinic space, I realized that, hey, we're missing, like trans men, we're missing in these spaces, you know what I'm saying? Because we fear the stigma, we fear like some of the stigma that we had to go through in these other places, and so it's just important for me. It was important for me, and I saw that what we were missing. So I just felt like it was something that I needed to create for us brothers to feel welcome and feel empowered and feel safe in a space that we're in, because like we need that, and who else can give it to us but us?
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely true. I always like the motto, nothing for us without us, right?
Right.
Making stuff for us by us.
That's right.
Can't nobody tell our story and our narratives like us, right? And so it's time for like trans men, transmasculine folks, especially Black ones. A lot of time the narratives that's put out about trans folks is trans women or white trans men, and right. And so here we are, being excluded, but we also exclude ourselves. And so
Yes.
um, a lot of times it's because we navigate um, in our gender identity more easily. I don't like using passable, but a lot of times we are passable as transmasculine folks. And
That's right.
so for guys that is passable, it's really a responsibility for us to step up and to be visible in the ways that we can when it's safe for us to do that.
That's right.
And also for us to be able to make sure we have the stuff that we need, and to be able to just go get a regular checkup. I know
That's
you probably going to the doctor office and they'd probably be like, what you doing in here? Like you going there
right.
for certain
Right.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so it's those pieces, the education that we have to give people, and guys like you standing up in the community and really being the leader that we need. And so my last thing, just to round us up, what is one thing that you want to tell funders, policymakers, researchers, the trans community, us trans men ourselves? What do you want to tell us around visibility and how how that should show up, and how it might show up in different ways, and maybe talk a little bit about expectations around it.
Well, that's why my aim is to like create a lasting impact on on the lives of transgender individuals, just by like again, being visible and being that voice and being that face that other brothers may not be able, be scared to do, and I just, as far as like funders, as far as healthcare, we're here, what I'm saying? We're here and we're just trying to make a change. We trying to, break barriers, just stop all this, just break the social norms, and that's it, and we're not here to hurt anyone. We're just out here trying to live our authentic lives, ourselves, and live freely. We're already under legislative attack. We're already under so much attack just because we just want to be ourselves. And so that's why it's important to be visible and spread awareness about men like us, because we're so forgotten. And again, like you said, most of us are passable, and I hate to use that phrase too, but it's time out for us being that fly on the wall, right? We're that fly on the wall in spaces whether it be barbershops, healthcare, where we hear these opinions and get treated and watch people like us get treated in certain type of ways, and we don't say anything because we don't want to expose or disclose ourselves. So I just think it's very important to understand how impactful that visibility is. We're not trying to be seen. We're not doing it for attention. We're doing it for a purpose because it's needed.
And there you go. Y'all heard it from Twan.
Yeah.
And make sure y'all check out Talks with Twan again, because he had conversations like this and so much more, and he talked to everybody all over. So make sure y'all check that out. And again, Twan, thank you for all the work you're doing and for all the work you did for this project and this campaign and organizing this. And
absolutely,
the work ain't done, brother. We in this together. So
absolutely,
appreciate you.
No problem, sir. I thank you so much for this conversation. I needed to get this off my chest. I appreciate that.